Hey, where's the food? I'm starving out here, yet I don't see any food.
What food? Aren't you still at work?
No, of course not. I'm at home right now about to die because you're not doing your job properly.
Oh, I didn't know you were home already. I thought you always still had work at this time.
No, I finished early today. I worked so hard today after all. Finished my entire day's worth of work and even some of tomorrow's. And because I was working so hard, I didn't even have time to eat. That's why I came rushing right home for something to eat. So could you hurry up, please, and make me something?
Oh, I see, so that's what happened. Sorry about that, but you could have let me know about it. Maybe give me a call or something next time?
I don't see why I would need to do that. You never have anything to do anyways, and you're always at home. I shouldn't have to call you for every little thing. Besides, where even are you right now?
Oh, I just took a little trip down to the grocery store, buying ingredients for today's dinner. Not sure what to make yet, though.
You clearly have your priorities wrong. Why are you still there wasting time? When your man comes home tired from working all day, the least you can do is hurry up with whatever you're doing and come home to cook. Stop taking so long thinking about what to make and just put it into action. It's not that hard to understand. You're lucky enough to just live as a housewife. At least do the small amount of work you have to do properly so as not to distress me.
You say that, but it's not even 5 p.m. yet. How was I meant to know that you'd be home already? You didn't say a word to me that you were coming home this early.
It's not a matter of knowing about it or not. You are my wife. You do not have a job, and you are not earning money. As a housewife, it's expected that you have food ready on the table when I get home. It's the least that you can do, and it's such a simple job. I don't want to hear any more of your petty excuses.
But you don't usually come home this early.
And that's exactly what I meant by petty excuses. Do your job. Clean the house. Do the laundry. Have food ready for me when I come home. It's not that hard. It irritates me knowing that you can't even achieve these simple tasks while I'm out at work, tiring myself out every single day.
Okay, sure. I'm gonna quickly buy what's already in my cart and head right home. Even then, I won't be home immediately. I think it'll be around an hour or so before dinner is ready.
Completely unacceptable. An hour is way too long. Just forget it. If you're gonna be useless like this, I'm just gonna go to a restaurant.
Hey, wait a sec. Come on. I won't take that long to come back. I'm nearly done. I'll go straight home. If you're really that hungry, there's some food in the fridge that you could heat up.
You expect me to eat some leftovers? I'm your husband, not some pig.
No, they're not leftovers. I simply just prepped some stuff for later in the week in advance.
Either way, that's ridiculous. You should only be serving freshly cooked food. I told you this already. You are expected to cook every meal in this household. Anything that touches a microwave, I won't consider as cooking.
Even if it's reheated, I was still the one that cooked it. You know what? Never mind.
That's a 10-point deduction for you. If you get on the wrong side of me like this again, who knows what I'll do? You better understand that you're living in my house. Don't break my rules ever again.
Okay, I understand.
Hey, my parents are visiting us this Sunday. You better not disappoint them with your cooking.
Oh, is that so? Is it some sort of anniversary?
Who knows? Don't ask me. They just said they wanted to come over and see how we were doing. There's really not much else.
Oh, so it's not some sort of special occasion.
I'm telling you, I don't know. Besides, I told them that we should just go out for dinner or something. But they insisted on coming to our house. So you better not let any of us down with your cooking. Don't forget the drinks too. Get some nice wine to go with the dinner.
Oh, is everyone going to be drinking? Then I assume they're going to stay the night too, right? They usually drive here after all.
Nothing is decided. We'll see on the day. You don't need to think too much about it. Just have everything prepared so that it doesn't matter if they stay or not. Get the guest room cleaned in case they do stay. It's been a while since anyone's used it.
Right, got it.
Also, don't forget about my dad's health. He's been told by his doctor that he needs to watch his blood pressure. He needs to cut down on his salt intake.
About dinner, how about we just order delivery? Then I won't be glued to the kitchen when they come over and everyone can just order what they want, right?
No, of course not. It's exactly these kinds of occasions for you to show off your skills to my parents. There's no better opportunity for you to show them that you're worthy of being my wife. Have some faith in yourself. Your cooking would actually be decent if you just put in that little bit of extra effort.
I'm pretty much always giving it my best.
What? There's no chance that you consider your usual efforts as your best. I think you're underestimating the amount of effort that housewives should be putting into their work. If I worked as hard as you at my job, we'd be living on the street. Seriously, there's plenty of room for you to work harder.
Do you seriously think that? I'm always up before you, cleaning and making breakfast for you before you leave for work. Then I spend the entire day cleaning, doing laundry, shopping for groceries, and preparing dinner for when you come home. You don't see it when you're away, but I'm always working. I'm even still working when you come home. I don't know how you can think I can work any harder than this.
Okay, I get it, but you're exaggerating a little too much just because I can't monitor you while I'm at work. Besides, those groceries all come from my hard-earned money. Stop complaining and at least work a little harder when my parents come to visit. Is that so much to ask?
I haven't really been complaining at all. It's not the first time, after all, that you've told me they're visiting on such short notice.
Well, yeah, of course. You have to deal with such events. When my parents visit, it's your job to show them that we have a great house with a hard-working husband and capable housewife.
Okay, but then what about my parents? You always dislike it when I say that my parents want to come over for a bit.
Obviously, yeah. I don't want to interact with someone else's parents. Also, it doesn't help that your parents don't stop talking. When your parents come over, it makes me feel like an outsider. It's such a pain to keep smiling and pretending their jokes are funny.
Isn't that exactly the same for me with your parents? I wonder if you ever considered that. You need to think about things from my perspective a little.
You say that, but it's not really the same, is it? You've met my parents so many times already. You're basically part of our family at this point anyways. It's not quite the same as me having to make small talk with your parents. Besides, if you want to be treated better by my parents, you better put more effort into your chores and get better at cooking. If you want any respect from them, you have to earn it. It's as simple as that. If there's something you want, you gotta earn it yourself. So you only need to focus on improving yourself as a housewife. Try starting with that. You might start seeing less issues.
Maybe some of what you said is true, but there's something not quite right all the same.
Whatever, just make sure my parents feel welcome this Sunday. I'm expecting the very best from you. I'm always yearning for the day that you will stop being an embarrassment. I'm hoping this time will be the one. Do you understand me?
Okay, I understand.
Okay, so how the heck are you gonna explain what that dinner was? What were you even thinking serving that? You disappointed all of us.
Why, though? I don't understand. I did just as you said. I thought I did a pretty good job with the food. I prepared a nice bottle of red wine to go with it and some nice sparkling with the dessert later. Also, I made sure that the dinner was low in salt content overall for your father's health.
Do I really have to tell you this? Are you dumb? The only one who needs to take care about their salt intake is my dad. What the heck were you thinking, making Mom and I also eat the most bland-tasting hospital food? You even managed to make the wine taste bad when the main dish was that bland. Same issue as always. You're not able to care for these little details, which makes you such a failure of a housewife. Any normal person could use their brain just a little and realize that you could just season the rest of our food properly.
Right. My bad, I guess.
Get out with that attitude. My bad? Give me a proper apology. And not just to me, my mom too, for serving us with inedible trash.
I'm really sorry.
They came all the way here just to visit us. How do you think that was acceptable? Embarrassing me is one thing, but you've now gone and disappointed my parents too.
Yes, I'm sorry.
This is why you don't deserve any respect. You're just a failure.
Sure, I'm a failure for not being able to follow such simple instructions. How about you do it yourself instead then? You're obviously not satisfied with how I do things, and you seem like you know a thing or two about cooking yourself.
What? I'm your husband. I'm not the one who should be doing work around the house. That's your responsibility. You're living in my house with my money. Do you think that you have any right to act so arrogant towards me?
That's not the point I was trying to make. I was simply just suggesting that you could cook for the guests. You seem to always complain about my cooking. I just assumed that you knew better than me. Maybe your parents would be happy for their own son to cook for them sometime.
You're taking the jokes way too far. You're a woman. You can't even earn enough for a house like this, let alone afford your own meals. Disrespecting and arguing with your husband in this matter is the worst thing that you could do as a woman.
You've always been pretty sexist, but that's the most misogynistic statement I've ever heard you say.
Then try this one on for size. Your worth as a woman is single-handedly supported by your status as my wife. Do you not realize that you're truly worthless if I decide to abandon you?
You say that as if I'm your dog or something. Not that you should abandon your dog either, but you can't just say something like that about your wife.
Go to the bedroom right now.
Excuse me?
I'm telling you right now. Go. Check the top drawer of my desk. Try opening it and see for yourself what's inside.
Sure, I guess. And what is this?
Why do you seem so surprised? It's just some divorce papers. They are there as an indication to you that I can abandon you at any time. You are worthless if I ever chose to submit those. You can probably see it, but it's already signed by me.
But why would you? Isn't this a little too much?
Nope. Because of your mistakes this time around, I deducted another 20 points from you. Once you reach 0, I'll be submitting those papers. And for your information, you have 10 points left.
This is ridiculous. I don't see how you think it's acceptable deciding a divorce on your stupid point system.
What? Do you have any issues? If you get on the wrong side of me again, it's gonna be an instant -10. You better do your hardest not to put me in a bad mood.
So you're being serious about all this? It's so stupid getting a divorce just because you got a little upset. Were you always thinking about doing this? You've been going on about those stupid points for a while now.
Yep, that's right. I made sure to keep track every time you would get on my nerves, embarrass me, break the rules of my house, or any other action unfitting as my wife. Now that you understand, you better spend the entire day tomorrow reflecting on your mistakes to fix your multitude of issues. Luckily for you, you have the entire house to yourself tomorrow. I'm gonna be spending the night over at my parents' house.
You're only telling me this now?
Hey, you stocked up on drinks, right? If not, you better hurry up and do so before I come home today. One of my coworkers is coming over tonight, so I'm expecting some beer and something meaty to go with it.
I understand. Got it.
This is such a great opportunity for you, you know that? Don't want to be messing it up like you did last time. I've been seeing the efforts you've been making in the past 2 weeks. I must say, it's not bad.
Thank you. I'm glad you noticed.
I guess you finally recognized your duty as my wife. I can finally feel some appreciation from your actions. You seem to understand your position in my household now. Oh, I wish so much that you had been like this from the very start. I wouldn't have had to be embarrassed in front of my parents and my coworkers all those times.
Yes, I agree. I feel the same.
This is so much better now that you're not complaining at every opportunity that you get. I love how much more obedient you are now. It really helps me remember that I'm the head of this house. Rightfully so, to be honest. You're also way happier now, right? I don't have to train you anymore now that you've realized your place.
Yes, I'm very happy. I deeply regret not realizing my place in this household sooner. How many of your coworkers will you be bringing home with you? I would also appreciate it if you could let me know if there are any food preferences or allergies.
Oh, don't worry about that. They'll eat anything. They're all young guys fresh out of college. Don't worry about salad or any healthy foods. They're all gonna be starving for meat and beer. They're gonna drink a ton for sure. It's probably for the best that you get a multiple six-packs, or maybe a small keg. I'll be fine if you get me a selection of cheeses and a bottle of red. Maybe some ham and some nuts too.
I see. I'll be sure to do so.
Right, now that I've asked you, I'm expecting nothing less than your best. Hey, you want to hear something good? Those guys I brought home yesterday were all praising you and your cooking.
Is that so? I'm so delighted to hear that.
They were all loving your cooking, saying it was the best they've ever tasted. I'm not sure how drunk he was, but one of them thought he could get away with making comments about how hot you were right in front of me. I obviously told him that he's not laying a finger on my wife, but he said he was just trying to say that you were pretty for your age. I guess you do take care of yourself pretty well. I'm glad all those beauty products that you've been buying with my money aren't going to waste. Now that's the kind of wife I can be proud of.
Thank you. I aim to please.
As for the food, I guess some of the credit goes to me. It brings a tear to my eye seeing how much you've improved since you've started listening to me. It's like night and day since when you cooked for my parents.
That's kind of you to say.
Hey now, you're allowed to sound a little happier, you know? It's not a common occurrence for me to praise you after all.
Yes, I am very thankful.
Also, they mentioned that they wanted to come over again. I guess it can't be helped. It seemed like they were having a great time after all. Yeah, so I'll be leaving it up to you again when they do come over.
I understand. I will try to serve them to my best capabilities again.
Hey, where the hell are you? It hasn't been that long since we had this talk.
Are you home already?
Yes, that's right. I suppose it's all my fault because I've been praising you too much recently. You've regained your arrogance and forgotten that you're just a housewife, haven't you?
No, that's not the case.
It was just the other day that I trained you on this. Come on. You haven't made any food for me and my clothes are still on the sofa, not washed. Just because I didn't contact you about coming home early today, it doesn't mean you can abandon your duties. I won't be taking any excuses.
I'm sorry.
What? Do you want your points deducted again? You're on very thin ice right now, you know that? You have 10 points left. That's how close you are to our divorce.
Yes, I remember.
I don't think you understand. You should be far more scared than you are right now. You'll be homeless, you know that? Someone like you will have nowhere to go, no way to survive without me.
Do you mind if I say something?
Fine, if you have something to say, just say it.
I guess you're not aware of it, but we're divorced already.
Huh?
Yes, we are divorced. We aren't together anymore.
What kind of a joke is that?
It's not really a joke. Have you taken a look around the house? Do you notice anything? Like the absence of all of my belongings?
Wait, actually, if your stuff isn't here, where did it all go? And where are you?
It's not something that you need to know.
Do you think that's acceptable in any way? You don't have the right to just disappear without my permission. Stop acting on your own accord and come back right now.
You're a little slow, aren't you? First of all, I'm not your wife anymore. I told you that we're divorced. You are not my husband anymore. Secondly, the way that you think, your old-fashioned idea that a wife should be controlled by her husband is disgusting. You are in no way superior to me or any other woman. I am not your personal servant or object.
And what value do your words hold? I'm the man in the house. I earn the money and I pay for the house. You have to just shut up and listen to what I say.
I did actually. I listened to everything you said for a long time.
Well, you're a housewife. It's your job to do so. Your opinions hold no value as long as you're living in my house with my money. No, of course not. We're not divorced. That is something for me to decide. You're still my wife and you must do as I say.
You're so full of it. Do you even know how dumb you sound?
You're the one spouting nonsense here. I did not agree to a divorce. You're just making things up because you got a little upset. It's about time you calm down and come back home so that you can explain yourself.
Are you sure that you didn't agree? Do you want me to sign a pic or something? The divorce papers had everything filled in already, even your signature. I guess I can't really show you because I submitted them already. But thank you, though. You saved me a lot of work. All I had to do was sign my part and it was all ready to submit.
What divorce papers?
The ones that were in your desk? You were the one who told me about them, remember? Threatening that they were all signed and everything? That point system you were talking about? You were gonna get a divorce when I had 0 points left. It's a pretty stupid thing for you to come up with, but I thought I'd copy you. So, I gave you 100 points to start with. But it clearly wasn't a great idea seeing how you were in the negatives within a week. I don't think giving people scores like that is morally correct, but I will admit that it helped me to realize that this marriage wasn't working. Or to be more precise, I realized that I shouldn't be wasting my time around human trash like you.
What the hell did you just say, woman?
Thank you for immediately proving my point. I don't want to spend another second of my life objectified as your possession. I really do wonder what was going through my head for me to marry someone like you in the first place. I've been regretting that decision every day for as long as I can remember.
Where does all this arrogance come from? Do you have no feeling of appreciation for having lived in my house using my money? I wasn't taking care of you so that you could come back and bite me like this.
I'm sorry, but who was taking care of who? I took care of absolutely every chore in the house. Everything. I was the one who always arranged the gifts for your parents on their birthdays and Christmas, even on their anniversary. And you would tell them the gifts were from you. You didn't even help me clean. Instead, you increased my workload by throwing your clothes everywhere and anywhere, knowing that I'm the one doing all the laundry. I would take care of absolutely everything. Then guess what? You'd be lying on the couch doing nothing but complaining about the way I did everything. Who the heck do you think you are to evaluate someone else using a stupid point system?
Okay, but so what? That was your job as a housewife. It's expected that you take care of things around the house. I'm the one who earns the money after all. I should have all the rights to say what happens in my own house.
So, what you're trying to say is that a person's worth is determined by how much they earn. If that's the case, do you mind earning a little more, please? If you were someone earning at least 6 figures, maybe I could tolerate your nonsense a little more. It wouldn't change the fact that you'd still be sexist and human trash, but I could at least understand where the arrogance comes from. Do you mind telling me how much your salary is?
Around 30K?
26,000 to be more precise. You think that kind of money can support the two of us? You go out drinking whenever you feel like it. But if you really thought that we had that kind of budget, you are naive or just ignorant. You always act so arrogant about how you're the one earning money. Maybe if you dropped some of your misogynistic ideas and allowed me to work, I would have increased your income tenfold.
It wouldn't have been a problem if we just budgeted our spending a little better, right? Maybe you could have just used cheaper ingredients.
And then who would be the one to complain? You would, and I'd be on the receiving end. Also, I was already budgeting our food spendings very well. Not that you would be aware of it. None of it would matter anyways when you'd bring 6 people over a night thinking we had the money to pay for all the drinks to protect your fragile ego. At the end of it all, where was my money? I would work from morning to night, day after day, all that to earn nothing. I was never a housewife, just your servant who'd listen obediently to every order you'd give me with absolutely no reward at the end of the day.
That is what your job is as a housewife.
No, that is incorrect. That's just part of your sexist imagination. Anytime I try to find my own job so I could get us out of this mess, it would be you and your dumb parents to stop me at any cost. So, do you mind explaining to me how it would have been embarrassing for me to be working? Is it your fragile masculinity that wouldn't allow your wife to be earning more than you? I guess you got those messed up ideas from your parents, considering how they were against it too. What age do they think you're even living in, having such a strong opinion against a married woman working? Who cares if I went and earned more than you? Nothing would change. You were embarrassing enough already as my husband.
Did you really think of me like that?
Well, duh. I just made sure to not tell you so that your fragile ego wouldn't be hurt. I didn't want you getting upset and going into that little fit of yours.
You really think that you can just say something like that to your husband?
Yes, I am free to say whatever I want to whoever I want. Also, for the 10th time, you are not my husband. Right now would be a good time for you to drop the alpha male attitude. It's getting a little embarrassing. Not that it wasn't before, but there really shouldn't be anything left to source your ego.
You're the one who's getting arrogant over nothing. You went and got divorced. Now what? You clearly weren't thinking very far ahead. Where are you gonna live? How are you gonna afford anything? You're a woman. You're never gonna find a job, let alone one that will pay for a house.
Well, thanks for worrying about me, but it's pretty meaningless considering I already have a job.
Wait, how? Didn't you get the divorce just recently?
Oh, I guess you really didn't know. But yeah, I've been working already for the past few months. So there really isn't any worrying for me to do about what to do after becoming single.
I'm surprised that you could find a job so quickly even though you're a woman. So what, are you a janitor now? Or a caretaker?
I'm really glad that we split up. I'll let someone else fix your sexism and rudeness. Anyway, one of my old coworkers reached out to me. She decided to become independent and start her own business. She invited me to go work with her, so that's where I work now.
How did you get away with all of this without me knowing? Weren't you at home the entire time? You were even cooking and cleaning just like usual.
Yeah, I was at home. It's also true that I still took care of all the work around the house. I did all of that using the time I had when you weren't there to work remotely for my new job. During those few months, I managed to save up a pretty large sum for me to become independent. I didn't have to plan about what to do after divorcing because I'd already made all of my preparations.
How is that even possible?
I don't know either, to be honest. Considering the hours I'd spend working remotely, I'd expected you to notice pretty soon. That clearly wasn't the case because you'd always go out drinking and come home late, just to complain that the food I'd made was cold already. The few times you came home early without notifying me at all, I was out grocery shopping. It's honestly a miracle that you never found out. When I first got the job offer, I calculated how long I'd have to work to safely become independent. After figuring out that it was only a couple months, I just had to make sure that you wouldn't notice in the time being. I didn't want you ruining my plans, so I made my best efforts to pretend that I became your obedient wife you'd always wanted. It certainly wasn't easy. The number of times you made me want to scream in your face. But thankfully, it all worked out. The past couple months, you were just about tolerable. I managed to find myself a new place to move into and had sufficiently earned the funds to do so. The biggest issue of actually getting the divorce was a non-issue, thanks to someone who did most of the work for me.
So you were just tricking me. Of course you were. I was thinking it was weird how someone like you could suddenly become a good wife. Women always have to resort to acts of deceit.
I know I shouldn't be happy hearing that, but it really does bring joy to me knowing that I no longer have to deal with you being a part of my life. To think that there could be such a huge difference in the way I feel hearing the same thing I heard months ago. I really should have got this divorce way earlier. It feels great.
Did you really think about it? A divorce means that we're not husband and wife anymore.
Wait, actually, no way. I couldn't have asked for anything more. That's the absolute best. I think that I could be the happiest person on the planet right now. For sure I am, no doubt.
Do you really hate me enough to make such a big deal about it?
No, I don't hate you. Hate is not the right word. It's more like I'm incapable of breathing the same air as you. Knowing that you're somewhere out there living on the same planet disgusts me. The entire time we were married, I was far too occupied with trying not to disturb your mood or ego, to the point that I no longer had any feelings or desires to do anything for you, nor did I expect anything in return. Any emotion I felt in relation to you was unpleasant at first. I don't remember whether that was anger, fear, or disappointment. Want to know why? Because I started to try to cope by killing any emotions I felt towards you so that I could live every day while seeing your face. So, to answer your question, no, I do not hate you. I simply just want to erase your existence from my memory.
Why didn't you say so much earlier if you were suffering so much?
You very well know the answer to that one yourself, right?
But it's gonna be so embarrassing for me when I tell my parents, and coworkers too, that I got divorced. What am I even gonna tell them? I don't know how to explain to them why we broke up.
How about you simply tell them the truth? You were never married. You just had a servant who you called your wife. Also, I don't want to hear anything from you about being embarrassed. It was far more embarrassing for me to have lived all that time married to you.
That is so mean. Anyways, how do you plan on living from now on? I am not sending you any money.
I don't need a single cent from you, thank you very much. It would be like stealing from a homeless person's donation box. I'd feel far too bad. I told you that I already have a job and that I've been saving up these past couple months. Besides, I was hiding it to not hurt your already damaged ego. But my salary is more than double what you earn. You don't have the right or need to be worrying about me.
Double? Actually?
Yup. If I wasn't earning at least that much, I wouldn't be able to move into a new house so soon. It feels great knowing that I'll have some form of disposable income. To be honest with you, it was ridiculous that the amount I had available as your wife was no different than the pocket money I received as a high schooler. But I'm finally free from that life. I don't have to hold back going to the salon or ask for permission every time there's something I want to buy. I feel so much happiness knowing that I've regained my rights as a working adult. Life feels so much better getting paid for the work I do and being able to spend it freely.
But how are you earning twice as much as me? You're a woman and you were just employed recently nonetheless.
Well, the industry is pretty unique, I must say, and as such, special qualifications are required. I worked hard to be qualified, so I am a very valuable employee. Suffice to say, my salary is justified.
Okay, fine, I understand all the trouble that you went through. So, how about this? I won't tell you to be a dedicated housewife anymore. No more of that. I'll tell my parents that they don't force you to either. You're free to continue working as you please. I guess if we're both working, we'll have a lot more financial ease, right?
And what are you trying to suggest here? Are you trying to promote me from being your slave to your personal bank account?
No, that's not what I was getting at. I simply just wanted to apologize. I recognize now that I was completely at fault for making you take care of all the work around the house. I'm really sorry. From now on, we can split the chores between us, so...
But you're a man, though. We can't be splitting the chores. Women have to take care of everything around the house, right?
Okay, well that's what I was taught by my parents, and I never thought twice about it being wrong. Oh, please think again about this divorce, and I promise I will change my ways of thinking.
You're very welcome to keep your sexism and misogyny, just not around me or anyone that I care for. Besides, I don't believe you're capable of changing the way you think without significant help from another person. And I certainly don't want to volunteer myself to help you when I received no help from you during the entire time of our marriage. I've already told you about how I've conditioned myself to feel no emotion toward you. I don't want you breathing the same air as me, and I would need some serious therapy just to be able to see your face.
Okay, I get it, but all of that is about what I did to you in the past. I'm telling you that I'm willing to change. Are you seriously gonna abandon me like this?
Oh, I'm so proud of you. You're willing to change? That's great. Is that how you were raised by your parents? You must be delusional if you think I'm going to change my decision over a few words. The damage you did to me is permanent. The only purpose of your apology is to make yourself feel better. It has no meaning for me. If you really are feeling sorry for me, the best thing you can do to redeem yourself is to never talk to me ever again.
I'm not just sorry, I'm telling you I'm also willing to change.
And that is also meaningless for me. Consider it a miracle that I ever married you. I guess it only happened because you only showed your true self after I became your wife.
Okay, I get it now. I also had a lot of issues on my side. I'm really sorry. I'm not just willing to change, I've changed already. I already think differently from how I used to, all thanks to you. So please don't leave me. Come back.
I would say that's a solid 30-point deduction.
What?
Oh, it's based off how you said you were also in the wrong. Also? Also? What do you mean by that? You're implying that I'm at least partially at fault? For what exactly?
I simply just worded that wrong, so don't get so mad about it.
Is that so? It sounded more like you didn't really know what you were apologizing for. You were just apologizing for the sake of it, thinking that it would solve something, right? It's exactly that way of thinking that you need to change. Doing whatever you think would put you in the best spot without any real thought or reflection. Change is something that takes a lot of time. You can't just say that you've changed. It doesn't work like that. I'm sure it would take years, if not decades, to get rid of your sexism and rotten views of women. Good luck ever finding another person who'll tolerate as much of your nonsense as I did. Bye. Don't talk to me ever again.
Oh, wait, please don't leave me just yet. I'll change myself for you, I promise.
I don't remember you ever keeping a promise you made to me. Besides, you should be changing for your own self, not for me. I no longer have anything to do with you. Whether you change or not is neither relevant nor is it of my interest. If you'd like to change, go ahead and do so. Bye.
Huh? Oh, wait. Seriously, is this it? Hello? Oh, wait, it's not too late to fix things. Please, I'm sorry.
He clearly didn't seem like he learned his lesson, especially with how he was being so persistent, even after I told him that the best he could do to reflect was to not talk to me. I was serious about that, but I guess he didn't understand. So yeah, I ended up blocking him on all social media, and his parents too, as they also did not seem to understand their son's fault. There was a chance that they'd reach out to my parents, so I had my parents block them all as well. It did mean that I had to give my dad a little tutorial on how to block someone's contact. I was talking to one of my friends the other day who happens to be one of Ray's coworkers, and apparently he comes to the office every day with his shirt full of creases, muttering to himself about his regrets. I'm not a nice enough person to feel bad for his misfortune. If anything, it puts a smile on my face instead, knowing that he's living miserably. As for me, I've been in high spirits ever since moving to my new home. I'm glad I made the decision to actively salvage myself out of that miserable marriage. I shall proudly grant myself plus 100 points.